Hey everybody, it's Jason from the Texas Gun Vault, and today I'm coming to you with, I guess, is kind of a home gunsmithing solution to a problem that I have had with my CheyTac CT-15. Now this is a gun that I reviewed a number of times. In fact, CheyTac had to send me a replacement gun. If you guys have been following my channel, you guys can probably find those videos, and maybe I will put a link in the description below. Now when it came to this gun, it ran well, especially the one that they replaced the original one that I tested with, which is this particular gun. However, it still had one issue, and it was an issue that I said I have often found on many of these billet lower receivers, and that is sometimes the channels or the holes that are drilled for the controls are sometimes a little bit out of spec. Why that is, I have no idea, but almost every billet upper or lower I have has some type of tolerance issue. Well, the only issue I have with this CheyTac CT-15 is the bolt catch. This bolt catch is exceptionally loose. Now let me show you. This is actually one that I replaced. This is not the one that they sent with the firearm. I actually tried to find another one at a gun store that looked a little bit thicker to replace it with to kind of fill in that gap. In fact, one of the problems I had with the original gun that I reviewed was the bolt would not always lock open after the last round. And it had to do with the bolt catch also being milled too far back or it being too loose. Now this gun actually runs really reliably, but I can tell that is still not right. Well, somebody contacted me about this problem. And this is the most amazing thing about my channel, is that I am so surprised by the people that watch my content, because I really am small potatoes. And trust me, big players in the firearm industry watch my channel. I don't know why. I feel completely unworthy. But I'm assuming he's the president, or maybe he works for this company, or is the founder of the company. I'm not sure. His name is Arnold. And the company is called One Nation Firearms. And he contacted me, and I believe they are out in Washington. And he contacted me because he saw the problem that I was having with this particular rifle. And he says, hey, we might have a solution for you. Can I send you some products? Well, yeah, you can. If it's a solution to a problem that I have, I'm all about it, but I'm going to make a video about it and review your product. And he says, please do. Well, he sent me these bolt catches. He has a couple of standard bolt catches, which they do look a little bit thicker, but he says for people that have this problem, he has bolt catches that are, I guess it's 0.01 inches thicker. So 1/100th of an inch thicker. That's the note he wrote on these particular bolt catches. And he said it is supposed to fill in the gap here and will probably make this feel a lot tighter and fit in this gun better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust the camera. I'm going to unbox this thing, open this thing up, see what's inside, and then I think we're going to replace this bolt catch and see if it makes any difference. And at the end, I'll tell you the results. So let me get the camera adjusted. Let's open this up and let's get gunsmithing. All right, so I got everything here on the table I think I'm going to need. I have just the lower receiver. I have removed the stock. I got two of the bolt catches. I'll unpackage those in a moment. And I think the two tools that I'm going to need is a roll pin punch, and make sure it's the right size for the roll pin for the bolt catch, and a rawhide hammer. I think that one of these rawhide hammers is one of the best tools any kind of home gunsmith can have, because this is softer material than the aluminum or anything that you're going to have on your gun. So if you happen to miss or strike the gun, it's not going to damage it at all or hurt the finish. Another thing I would recommend is to use a little bit of tape. Here I have some blue painter's tape, which I will put on the side of the receiver simply because I don't want to accidentally scratch it with the roll pin punch. So I'll get a little bit of this tape here. Doesn't matter if it looks pretty or not. And I'm going to put that right in this area, right there. I may need to cut a little bit away for that channel. And I'm going to put a little bit on the back. So let me get that as well. All right, so there we go. And something else you will want to do probably is push through the pins a little bit. The takedown pins, the front pivot pin, and the takedown pin. And I will put the tape right here, hopefully to protect that receiver. And maybe a little bit up here as well around the receiver extension. I may need to adjust these later, but that's just kind of the basic taping I'm going to need to do. So let's go ahead and open this package first, the one that says it is 1/100th of an inch larger. All right, so let's open one of these here. Let's take a look at it. All right, so we get all the components that we need. We get the bolt catch itself. It says USA on it. That's kind of cool. It definitely does look a little thicker. You get a new roll pin, which I may not use today. You get a new plunger and a new spring. All right, so let's set those aside. And something else I really like for a lot of my gunsmithing projects is one of these magnetic bowls. You'll never lose your parts with these little magnetic poles, and sometimes when it comes to these small parts, they will happen to fly off. Trust me, you will lose them. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is push out the roll pin, and I don't think I need to replace everything on this. So I know this might be a little bit hard to get into frame here, and I will do my very best. Now I do know that there are jigs and vise blocks that will hold this in the right direction. I personally, when it comes to the bolt catches, have always found it more simpler just to do it by hand and kind of hold it and do it here on the workbench. So essentially all I'm going to do first is push the roll pin out this way, just enough to get the bolt catch out. Now at some point here, this thing is going to fly off. So I'm now going to simply hold it, and this is why the tape is so important. I gotta have all these fingers. All right, I think it is out. In fact, the roll pin came out. So I guess I will end up replacing that, put it on that side of the bowl. Let me take out the roll pin punch, and now carefully release the pressure on the bolt catch, which is right there. And let's go ahead and replace all the parts. So I'll get the plunger and the spring out and put those in there. All right, so now let's install the spring. And probably something else I should do is take the hammer, push that back, and go ahead and put the gun on safe as well so the hammer can't go flying forward. And put in the plunger. There it is. Let's get the new roll pin and the new bolt catch, and hopefully this is going to fit. So far it feels a lot tighter. Oh yes, that is definitely going to fix that issue. There is not a lot of play in that, but it can still go in and out. I like that a lot. Now when it comes to the roll pin and installing these, it's really important that you have a roll pin holder. Since I didn't think I was going to need that, I didn't get it out. So let me get that now. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and tell you that if you hate roll pins as much as I do, these roll pin set punches are awesome. Essentially, they have a cutout in the front, and you could install the roll pin. It holds it. It makes life so simple. Now, when it comes to these roll pins and installing, I always like to install them from the back of the receiver forward, and I think I'm going to do that now. So what I'll typically do is after I make sure everything's going to fit, I kind of want to start it. So I'll take the parts out so they don't fly around, and this is why the tape here is so important. I will put the roll pin where it belongs, hold it here, and as you can see, it's rubbing up on the tape. It's just the nature of these receivers, and I will just start the pin, and I guess it didn't want to go there, didn't go far enough. I'm always careful with these. I don't want to go so far that it goes into the channel where I will not be able to put in the bolt catch, and I think I got it. All right, so there it is. So that roll pin is now set and ready to go. So now we'll go ahead and put in the parts again. We got the spring, the plunger, and the bolt catch. Now the way that I will typically do this is I will just simply hold it in far enough. It's not aligned right now, but I will keep using it and punching it until the roll pin hits the bolt catch and it's tight, and then I can move it around and get it into the correct hole in the slot. All right, so here we go. We're going to go ahead and now install the roll pin and go as far as I possibly can. All right, I think I got to the point that I was talking about. So now the bolt catch is kind of stuck and tight, and if I can move it around, I can get it into alignment, and then I should be able to punch it in the rest of the way. So I may have to do this a couple of times here just to get that alignment right. I've never found the perfect way of doing this, and I think I got it. All right, so I'm pretty lucky. Glad I got that on camera. And now let's make sure it goes in the whole way. Don't want to go too far. All right, it's almost there. I think a few more taps and we got it. All right, I think I got it in there. It looks good. It's not coming out the other side. And so now let's just kind of check for function here. All right, so that does not wobble anywhere near as much as the old one did. That is a lot better. It is still loose and seems like it would function good. I brought out a magazine here, so before I put the whole rifle back together to check it, I thought I would just try it with a magazine. Here I got my Brown Works Texas Gun Vault marked logoed magazine. That thing locks in there really good. It catches on it. The lip on it is way over that magazine follower. I like that a lot. It seems like it is working like it is supposed to. So let me go ahead and take off the tape here. Make sure I didn't damage anything. Doesn't look like I did. I'm going to wipe this down, put it all back together, and we'll test for function. All right, so we got this rifle back together, and I gotta say, I am really happy with how this thing turned out. It doesn't have any play or slop in it, so that enlarged bolt catch definitely works. I was also a little bit worried because the cutout in the upper receiver, because it is a billet upper, was a little bit small, and other bolt catches that I've tried to fit onto this did not work, but this one seems to work just fine. So here is what it looks like fully installed on the rifle. Very attractive. Let's do a little function test here using my Brown Works Texas Gun Vault logoed PMag. Install that. Let's pull that charging handle back. Yep, it locks open. Let's use the paddle, close the bolt, and we are good to go. So I am really happy with how that is working and how that looks. So thank you so much, Arnold, for sending me this. Now, he did not ask me to do this on camera, and he did not ask me to do a review, but I thought it'd be awesome content. So I'm gonna put a link to his website in the description below and pin a comment. So if you're interested in products like this, go check out and see what he has to offer. So, thank you so much, Arnold. This has been an awesome upgrade, and I'm sure you offer a ton of other products that will enhance modern sporting rifles like this one. So, if you guys want to support people that support the Texas Gun Vault, go check him out. He just sent this to me because he thought it would help me in this particular rifle and build, and that is so awesome, and I am humbled beyond words. So I hope this video helps someone that may have a very similar problem, and now we have a product that will work in these rifles if that channel is a little bit milled out too much. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and as always, thanks for watching.